Well, hey, everybody, I wanted to give you a quick update regarding the recent expiration of the Fisher's health orders. Because you might be wondering, okay, what does that mean for my experience at Crosspoint and our experience at Crosspoint? Well, we continue to consult with our local leaders. In fact, just this week, we met with our mayor and the Fisher's Health Department, and they shared that while the mandated legal orders are expiring, that businesses and organizations and churches now own the responsibility to continue to implement the same 3 best practices that have got us here and that will continue to help us make progress through the pandemic. And those are basically distancing, required face coverings while indoors, and enhanced sanitizing protocols. So at this time, we're going to continue to embrace these during the Crosspoint weekend experience. Now, as you may recall, at Crosspoint, we moved to these protocols before they were legal health mandates. And we're going to continue to practice these because we know these are the things that will help our community get to a better place on top of higher vaccination rates and our community numbers getting to a lower rate, which we hope will happen very, very soon. So we're optimistic that if we can all do our part on this, we're going to get to a better place here this summer. Now, Mayor Fadness, he did remind me in our conversation, said, Kurt, really, Crosspoint was never under the legal health mandate because you chose to hold yourselves to a higher standard. And so you've likely heard the phrase before, going the extra mile. Believe it or not, that actually originated with Jesus. Well, that's what we did. Roman soldiers in the first century, when they traveled from one place to another, they could commandeer a citizen to carry their backpack for up to 1 mile. And then that citizen was required by law to abide by those orders. And so Jesus, he taught his followers, he said, hey, I want you to be the kind of people that go the extra mile, meaning don't just do the bare minimum that puts you under the law, but instead go the extra mile to show that you're above the law, and it's one of the ways we're generous and show our love for others. Now, we want to continue to be that. So how can we continue to be a part of the solution? 3 things. Number 1, get vaccinated. Nearly every age group down to 16 now has the opportunity to be vaccinated. We know that this is increasing, and we're confident from hearing from our local leaders that as we get into the later parts of this summer that we will reach a point where that is going to be one of the best things that can change things for our community. Number 2, continue to practice social distancing, physical distancing, and wearing face coverings when indoors and with groups with mixed families. And remember, this is not about us. It's really about putting others first. And this is just one of the things that love has required of us during this season. I just want to say, Crosspoint, thank you. Thank you for living differently, for loving differently, and being that kind of light that thinks about other people in our community. Now, this is just one of the ways we can continue to love our neighbors by protecting our neighborhoods and our neighbors. And so we encourage you to continue to be that kind of people. Now, last thing, this next weekend we begin a brand new series titled Build Different, leading out of the pandemic mindset. I'm excited about this because I think one of the things, among other things that we've learned over this past year, is that none of us were prepared to navigate the disruption the way we would have liked to over this past year. And so while you and I didn't choose the pandemic, it chose us, we can choose how to exit it. And we can choose to take the narrative of what we've experienced and turn that into a new narrative of new opportunities and new growth. So this weekend, we're going to kick this off. We're going to give you some very practical tools, some things that come from Jesus, and how we can learn and get to the other side of this thing and be better for it. So I hope to see you this weekend as we kick it off, and you can join us in person or online. And as always, if you have any questions, we welcome your email. In fact, you can contact our whole team by simply emailing info@crosspointweb.org. That's it for now. Wear a mask, wash your hands, look for opportunities to be a blessing in the community, and I hope to see you very, very soon.